Hey everybody, it's me, CrazyFrankie, and I'd like to welcome you to my Week 7 4 key game picks. Before we get into that, a little bit of thoughts from Week 6. But there's one thing I'm not going to get into, and I'm not going to get into the discussion of what happened with the Broncos-Chargers game. I was in class on that night, and I was reading the scores constantly. And yes, I do know that the Broncos' epic comeback over the Chargers. I mean, as a Chargers fan, I was irate. I personally cannot. I didn't understand what the hell happened in that game. They were dominating the first half. Then they were basically turnover city in the second half. I mean, I know honestly, I would say that if you were to ask that question, I mean, did the Broncos deserve win it or did the Chargers blow it? That's easy. The Chargers blew it, and I would have to say I would put the blame on everybody. I'm not going to put. I'm not only putting the blame on Coach Norv Turner and Phillip Rivers. I think it was the entire team. You're supposed to rally. You're supposed to try to hang on to a lead, not just choke it away. But other than that, I really don't want to talk about any more about it. I'm still pissed and bitter from that game on Monday night. So, all you Bronco fans that are going to leave comments on this, go ahead. I don't really care. I don't care. I'm not even going to respond to it. Giants. They dominated the 49ers last week. Many people said going into this week it's the 49ers that are the toughest team. But I'm starting to get a second look at the Giants right now because really they really dominated the entire game. I mean, the 49ers only scored 3 points in that game. And if you look at it this way, this was a huge statement win for the New York Giants. Despite some injuries, though, this is a team you cannot count out. So right now, to the rest of the league right now, don't count out the New York Giants just yet. This is a team to be reckoned with right now. So I really would say right now is don't overlook the Giants. They're looking good, and they should be because they are the defending Super Bowl champions. RG3 got back on his feet, came back and dominated the Minnesota Vikings. It was kind of expected because, I mean, if this is a game that if it was a game that RG3 had to make a statement, it was that one. And he had a good run. He had some good runs in that game. He basically just teared apart the Minnesota defense easily. How about the Seahawks beating the Patriots? Wow, that I did not see coming. That one did not come. But then again, everybody says, you know, it is hard to go up to Seattle. I mean, it is the loudest stadium, if not the loudest stadium in the NFL. I think there's a lot of questions going around on the Patriots. Are the Patriots falling apart? Is that team chemistry the same anymore? To be honest, it's hard to tell. If you look at the AFC East standings right now, as of today, all the teams in there, the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Patriots, they are all 3-3 and tied for first place. I didn't see that coming either. I mean, wow. That is just something I didn't expect. And really, and going into more thoughts about that, Texans, no question about it. I knew the Packers would beat them. Their linebacker is really key to that defense, and really, it's a huge blow that they don't have him for the rest of the year. I knew that Aaron Rodgers would make a statement in that game, and like I said, the Packers are not done yet. So I wouldn't, like I told you, don't count this Packer team out just yet. Atlanta barely squeaking by over the Raiders. I was about to literally pull my hair in that game, but Falcons are the only undefeated team left in the NFL. And the Browns finally picked up the first win. They were the only winless team. So now everybody in the NFL now has at least one win. Anyways, I need to get through this quickly. This is going to be a very short video. I'm gonna fly by through this. Not too much detail, so I forgive me on that. It's going to be the same thing on my blog. It's going to give you very little detail on what to expect in Week 7. I'm just going to give you the games that I think you all need to watch, or the ones that probably are the ones to watch. Anyways, first key game, the Thursday night game, Seahawks at the 49ers. No question, I'm going to say the 49ers get back on their feet. Seattle had a nice win, but the 49ers, they're still a team to be reckoned with. And everybody says that Seattle has a good defense. But I think for the 49ers on a short week, this is a statement game for them. I think to me they're going to come out more fired up in this game. And Seattle has a hard time winning up in San Francisco, so it would not surprise me if the 49ers beat the Seahawks here. I'm going to go with the 49ers. Their offense, I think, is going to get it together. They're going to shred apart the Seattle defense. Seattle's going to need to bring a lot more than what they did against the Patriots last Sunday. So 49ers over the Seahawks. Second key game, Ravens at the Texans. Ravens, big blow to their defense. They don't have Webb or Ray Lewis. I think it's going to be a huge problem for them defensively. They got the Texans in this game. The Texans have a good power running game. I'm going to go with the Texans here because they are going to they're just going to pound the ball, power running game, and I don't think there's much more the Ravens can do anything about it here. So, I mean, they're missing their key defensive players, and that's a big loss for them, and I don't know if the Ravens can be an offensive juggernaut. I mean, even though Houston's defense, without their linebacker, they don't have him for the rest of the year. I think, to me, if they just run the ball effectively against the Baltimore defense, I see the Texans winning this game. Will it be big? Probably not. It'll be a close game. But I'm going to go with the Texans over the Ravens. Key game number 3, the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. Big NFC East rivalry game here. This is RG3's first test against the New York Giants. The Giants, after I said earlier, they dominated the 49ers. It was a huge statement win for them. They're going to have their hands full with RG3 if RG3 starts getting on a groove offensively. But I still go with the Giants here. I think, to me, what they did last week, if they continue to have that same game plan of good defense, I think for RG3 it's going to be a long day for him. As long as they can effectively stop them offensively, and if they can control RG3, the Washington defense is going to be on the field for all game long, and that's not good news. I will say the Giants win. They're on a roll here. I think that train's going to keep on moving for them. I mean, right now they're doing well. Their defense totally dominated the 49ers, forcing, I think, 4 turnovers. I mean, it was big. And I think it's going to be the same thing here. I like the Giants in this one, so I'm going to say the Giants beat the Redskins. And my 4th key game, you all should know, always my 4th key game pick is an upset. It's the Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. A big, impressive comeback win for the Detroit Lions. A much-needed win for them, obviously, to save their season. The Bears are doing fairly well, but the Bears need to look out here. If they can't hold the lead like the Eagles couldn't do it against the Lions, remember, this Lion team can come back. They did a lot of it last year, and if they start getting on that groove in the second half, that could be trouble for the Bears. Now, the Bears are lucky they're in first place for the time being right now, but they cannot allow Detroit to come back in this game. But why did I say this is an upset pick? I'm going to go with the Lions here. If the Bears start having problems in this game, offensively and defensively, and if the Lions can be consistent, I think the Lions win this game. So I'm going to go on a gamble here. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. Possibly this will probably be another comeback win for them because I think the Bears will be out on front. But if the Bears can't hold the lead, I'm picking the Lions here. I think they're going to come back again, and I think they're going to shock the Bears. So, and well, like I said, every week I have to pick one upset at least. I'm going to say the Detroit Lions. They beat the Bears here. Not much explanation on that part, but I just think, for some reason, I see it coming. I think the Detroit Lions are going to win this game. The Bears are going to have to bring a lot. And they cannot let Detroit come back if they're going to have problems offensively if they can't hold the lead. So that's it, everybody. Sorry this video was a little bit short. May have been a little bit long, but whatever. I mean, like I said, I'm doing a lot of things right now in my personal life, and I do my best to try to get my perspective for every week. But I'm doing a fairly decent job, so don't worry. My picks will be up by Thursday. This video will be up tonight, so make sure to look out for that. My picks will be posted up Thursday afternoon at CrazyFrankie56.blogspot.com. And I will see you all next week when I give you my Week 8 4 key game picks. Until then, have a great weekend and enjoy your football Sunday.